Hey everyone, Stock Catcher here. In this video, I'm gonna be going over a lot of stocks, so I highly recommend you watch the full video, whether on 2x speed or whatever it takes, right? Because we're in Q4, small cap Santa rally is gonna happen, guys. I think a lot of people are gonna bank super hard in the coming months, because I've been doing stocks many years, right? And small caps every single year, it's always really hot. So highly recommend you join the team. So let's go over a quick study recap, right? Because it's been a while. It's the weekend. Hope everybody's relaxing. And Friday we had a couple of big winners so far. First one, BNAI. This one I mentioned over that 50-cent psychological area. This ended up ripping face, I think 31%. I saw some people banking on this play. Next play, DFLI. This was the biggest winner, I think, the previous trading session. I mentioned this stock and then ended ripping, going vertical over 200%. A lot of people were messaging me, sure, they're banking. I was genuinely happy for the team, right? Next play, ASTC. This one was a quick play. I mentioned it in the pre-market. It caught my eye, right? And then there were people just banking on this one as well. This one ripped face $6 to $8. Next one, ANRO. This one ran over almost $4 a share. This was another big winner. This ran almost 70%. Next play, EPSM. This was like a supernova. This ran over $20 a share in less than 2 hours. A lot of people probably banked on this trade. I mentioned it early, as usual, right? This one was flowing, nice volume on the tape. Next one, and this one, another crazy one. This ran $20 a share, almost $20 a share in 30 minutes. So if you got 100 shares, that's a potential $2,000 profit. Last one, LAC. This one I mentioned it multiple times as a potential swing trade idea. I mentioned it on stock, Twitter, everywhere, and then it's in a ripping face. It's a really nice win. I hope people are just doing great. Alright, so there's a lot of stocks, guys. So I'm gonna do my best to keep it short as possible because there's just so much opportunity and I'm giving it to you guys. So, first one, RR. And this one I made many videos on. You could check my other videos if you're new to the channel. This stock is focused on robotic and automation. And if you look at this chart, it's just pulling away. It's like a multi-day setup. Keep an eye on this stock, guys. Robots, I think, are going to be future. Whether you like it or not, robots are going to dominate. All right, next stock, IXHL. This stock, again, I made many videos on. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend you check out my other videos on IXHL. This stock has been having favorable results when you're talking about bio stock. Ideally, we need more positive catalysts for the stock, but based on the technical chart, it has a lot of range. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on IXHL over that 50-cent psychological area. Next stock, Plug. Plug, I made many videos on as well. If you check my video history, this is pretty much a player in the hydrogen fuel cell, clean energy, green infrastructure space. This stock has been just exceeding my expectations. If you look at Plug chart, it's just pretty much going just berserk. Look at this chart. And this goes from $2.17 to almost $4 in a matter of like 2 days, 3 days. And this is a thicker stock, so it exceeded my expectation. Usually thicker stocks, they move slow. All right, next one, Tilray. We gotta talk about Tilray, guys. Tilray, I mentioned many times. Again, you could check my previous video. This is a cannabis stock, right? And cannabis, I'm bullish on cannabis in general, right? There's a lot of stock. I mean, there's a potential evidence, right, of elevated bullish options activity. Again, high short interest squeeze potential play as well. Keep an eye on Tilray. Keep an eye on cannabis stock, guys. Next one, Relly. Relly is one of those stocks that they keep announcing news, right? Relly, every single time in pre-market, I catch the news very quickly. It seems like they're announcing a lot of these crypto type of news. So they're pretty much capitalizing on the momentum that we've been seeing this year. Right, when we're talking about treasury, we're talking about crypto plays since the beginning of the year. Remember, I talked about AST, I remember I talked about BMNR, SBED, all these companies, they're catching momentum. So this stock has a special dividend for loyal shareholders. So Rally is an interesting stock, and I think that if you're planning on swing trading this, keep an eye out for news. I think the stock is, so if you buy the supports, it could be a good swing trade opportunity. So you can sell on the pop of the news, you know what I'm saying? So next one, GNS. This is another company that's in the crypto angle. So GNS, I made many videos on. I highly recommend you check out my older videos if you're new to the channel. I've been talking about this stock since like 50 cent, 49 cent. It just ended up ripping face. I got to almost $2 after my video, and then I talked about a lot. So this company, I think, has a smart CEO, and he's doing essentially what I literally said in my other videos, which is pivoting GNS from a more like squeeze play, but rather than a squeeze play, targeting for AI education, targeting that Bitcoin. You could check my previous video. I said exactly this, what's happening right now. So GNS target, this came out 1 day ago. $20 million revenue plus $6 million net profit for GNS, and he's planning to multiply this 100x, x100. And GNS this week in Bali, they launched. Right, so this is potential for the future, and this CEO, again, I think is a really smart guy. So next stock, SGD. This one had a very interesting fundamental, 3,000 to 200% year-over-year revenue growth. This was recently, right? So when we're talking about SGD, this one also is in that green real estate angle. It's been really hot this past couple of weeks. On months, I mean, sustainable development. This stock also has potential, not just fundamentally, but technically wise as well. I'm gonna be watching this stock if it has any activity, right, this week. Next one, CRML, Critical Medical Corp. So this stock has demand for, it's pretty much like a rare earth lithium critical mineral. So it's been really hot if you've been noticing. The past couple you've been noticing recently, right? Critical minerals has been really hot. So I'm gonna be watching this stock. Next one, there's just a lot of stocks, that's why I can't really go deep into one, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I highly recommend you do more research on a stock if you are bullish on it, right? Next one, LAES. This one, technical wise, recent cross of 10-day MA above the 50-day MA. So this stock is secure chip quantum resistant hardware breaks, LAES. I like this daily chart on this stock. I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on this stock if it breaks over the previous resistance levels, and also fundamental wise as well. Quantum, again, this is another hot topic. The reason I keep saying hot right in this video and every day is because if you're a trader, if you're a swing trader, right, especially, you have to capitalize on hot themes. And I will be making I will be making a lot of videos on swing trading in the coming educational videos, I guarantee, because I know a lot of people really like swing trading, and I have a lot of experience in that as well. It's not just day trading. I don't just do the day trading education. I'm gonna be doing swing trading, guys. So I highly recommend you check that out. Next one, MLTX. This is a stock I've been mentioning over and over many times since the bottom. So this stock apparently has a large cash position and secured non-dilutive financing to extend their cash runway into 2028. So MLTX, this one, I'm gonna be watching that resistance levels. Is gonna be really interesting, considering probably be a lot of shorts, in my opinion. They shorted that bounce because after a cat bounce, usually what ends up happening is it rolls over. So basically, this is what happens. If stock drops 90%, right? The stock drops 85 to 95%. There most likely there will be a cat bounce, and then after that cat bounce, it just kind of fizzles out. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of fizzles out, and then shorts, what they'll try to do is they'll short it. For example, let's just take an example. Let's talk about HKD. This was a Chinese stock that ran 20,000%. This was several years ago, and then it fell a lot, right? There's a Chinese stocks, they usually fall like 90%. Liquidation event, and then what ends up happening is it makes a bounce, and then they short it, and then it goes lower and lower, you know what I'm saying? So MLTX, this one, they could squeeze, in my opinion, if it holds that, if it, pushes over that level. Next one, you gotta talk about G Plus, guys. G Plus, I made many videos on, you could check last week. I've been talking about this over and over. So GPUS is forming a multi-day angle. You has to hold that 50 cent level. This again, I talked about NVIDIA angle, AI computer infrastructure tied to data center and cloud. This stock AI as well. You got to keep an eye on GPUS. I recommend you do more research on it. And let me know in the comments what's your more analysis if you have any. Because a lot of people are bullish on this. Next one, ASNS. This one recently received several orders, including order from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, European Telecommunication Project, European Cybersecurity Order. There's a lot of orders going on for the stock. ASNS is forming a multi-day setup. As well, this was a stock that ran a lot in the previous trading session, right? And so I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this stock going forward, especially in the extended hours, right? So next stock is OSCR Oscar Health. This stock recently announced convertible note issuance of $350 million to fund expansion. So OSCR, this stock, again, I made a video on it in the past. I believe this stock has not just fundamental angle, technical angle as well. Look at the extended time frame on this chart. This could form that multi-day continuation. All right, next one you gotta talk about, guys, EPSM. This one, I mentioned it many times as a day trade idea. So what ends up happening with EPSM is that when these stocks, they start running with no news, like no strong news, a lot of short, they're planning on shorting it, right? So this stock ends up, I mentioned this stock right in the beginning time, October. I mentioned it on October pre-market at like $12. It ends up ripping face to 23. And then it pulls back, and then it makes another big move up towards that same level, $12, and then it actually goes higher, and then it forms a multi-day setup. So what ends up happening? What do you think shorts are gonna think? This stock is going over that previous resistance level, so they get mega squeeze. This stock right now, look at this 1 hour chart, is starting to form a base. It has to hold over 25 level. Maybe remember that for EPSM. Next stock is LUMN, Lumen Technology. I talked about this stock, I believe, 2 times on YouTube, and then this stock is interesting because it's positioned to benefit from trend like 5G, fiber expansion, edge computing, enterprise connectivity, and backhaul demand. So LUMN, I'm going to be watching this stock for the coming session. Next one, RZLV. This is a monster. RZLV was a monster because this stock I made many videos on. It just ended up just going over and over, uptrending. And the stock reported strong revenue, H1 2025 revenue. So when you talk about RZLV, this is another stock like RR, where it's not about technical, right? It's also more about fundamental. You have to do more fundamental research on the stock. It has a promising future, in my opinion, right? So next one, Clover Health Investment. This stock is leveraging technology. If this stock can leverage technology, data analytic, risk modeling to reduce unpredictable costs, that could be a differentiator. So Clover Health, when you look at this stock, actually, I've had a lot of people reach out to me that they're bullish on this stock. So Clove used to be a stock that was really popular. This was many years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago. And then this stock ended up having whales talk about it. This stock ended up just ripping face, I remember, to 20 something. It was like 25. I'm checking right now. It went to $28.85. So right now it's trading at $250 right now, around $250 level. And if you're a trader, you should highly recommend, if you watch my past educational video, right? 50-cent interval is very important level of support, psychological support. Looking at this daily chart, it does have range potential. as it made a big move up from under $1. This was 60 cents. It went to almost $5, and now it just pulled back. It's forming a base. So you want to see if that 250 level hold, and this could be a nice trade idea, right? So next one we gotta talk about GIPR. GIPR, this stock I talked about on Friday, right? This is a fundamental type of play. So if GIPR could generate stable cash flow, increased distribution could act as an anchor for valuation and attract yield-seeking capital. GIPR, I'm looking at it. Daily chart looks nice. And I had a couple people say that they actually have this stock, I believe. So if you have this stock, let me know more more research on it if you want in the comments. A lot of people watch my videos, and maybe they'll buy it. Maybe it will help them out, right, if they want to buy it. Next one is PSTV. PSTV, I made many videos on as well. This is a very nice potential as well. So this stock is a secure partnership with a major health player such as United Health Group. PSTV, I think the stock is going to form a multi-day setup. We have to see if that key levels hold. This stock, I've noticed that every time it makes kind of like a pullback, it ends up just bouncing back super hard. So that's a really good sign if you're bullish on this stock. You want to see that hourly chart confirmation. I have to see that psychological pivot over 75 cents. I highly recommend you look at that 75 cent area as the base level of support or resistance, right? So we have to talk about Open Door stock. I've been making many videos on it. I've been talking about Open since like $1, and that ripping going vertical to almost $11, and now Open is setting up. I did not forget about Open. It's just that it's been more of a consolidation phase. So we're talking about Open stock again. This is right near that trend. I think this could be a big week for Open stock in terms of technical, as well as this stock also has fundamental angles for it. And I highly recommend you check out my other videos on it, because I can't make the video like 2 hours long. That's why I condensed it down to like very small for each stock, because I just have too many stocks, right? So next one, QCLS. This is development in quantum computing. So QCLS used to be TNFA. TNFA was a big runner, and QCLS is forming a multi-day angle. You already know, guys, multi-day setup is one of my favorite setups when it comes to trading. Look at this 1 hour chart right now on QCLS. Ideally, I want to see the stock over $6 hold, and then $6 hold as a clear out the wicks, and then it could go over 7, right? So QCLS, interesting play. I know I had a couple people tell me that they like it. Next one is Rumble, RUM. Rumble apparently recently had big news, collaboration with Tether, securing a $775 million investment. That's a lot of money. So they could provide significant capital for growth initiative. So when we're talking about Rumble stock, this has a multi-day angle as well. Rumble has been getting some traction as well on social media. So I'm going to be watching this stock. Next one, we have to talk about SIDA. Guys, SIDA, I made many videos on. You could check the previous YouTube videos I made. I kept talking about the merger over and over. And on Friday, they announced the Core Gaming, right? $185 million deal. That's a lot of money, right? So SIDA also has connection with Verizon. If you don't know, Verizon is a huge company. It's a factor that I mentioned in my previous video as well, right? This stock also has partnerships as well. 52-week range, and this stock SIDA, on top of that, actually is it could form a multi-day setup. But one thing that I'm noticing about SIDA is that after that big move up, it had a hard time holding that 350 level. You could check yourself. It had a hard time holding that 350 level. I do think that the stock could potentially gap up if we find nice momentum, right, this coming week. The over 350, it would be really nice for the push. Because look at the daily chart. I mean, SIDA daily chart, it has massive range. So I'll be watching close this one. It's interesting. A lot of people also seem to like it. They keep messaging me about this stock. There's only like 2 stocks left, guys. Next one, ABVE. Again, this one I made many videos on. You can check my other videos. This stock is forming a bullish technical setup, both short and long-term moving averages. This has potential in AI, tokenized asset, fintech. So this is, again, I've been hearing that this is a potential merger squeeze play angle as well. I highly recommend you keep a close eye on ABVE. Next stock is Path. This one, Path Collaboration, has NVIDIA angle. And this is a multi-day type of setup. This is a more thicker type of stock, which do make a nice runs. Remember I talked about Plug earlier, right? That stock was kind of thick, and they're making a nice move up. Path, again, getting a lot of social media attention as well, so I'm going to be watching this one. And that's pretty much it, guys. Man, there's a lot of stocks, right? I hope people, they watch the full video, because I say it every day, guys, on Stock Twitter, YouTube live stream. I say it was in my video, and then it makes a nice move up, right? I'm positive that there's going to be a lot of stocks in this video that end up making nice moves. So if you made it to the end of the video, congratulations. You are part of the, the community, the elite team, right? That just watching, just genuinely wants to bank hard. And, in life, if you work hard, if you take it some seriously, you're going to get rewards. It's just always been like that. And there's a lot of people that don't want to do that, so they don't really, get rewarded, in my opinion, right? So, and this is a long video. Hope people are having a great weekend. And I'm going to be seeing you on the live stream, right? The pre-market. And I'm excited. I'm seriously excited for the coming months, because I've been doing stock many years, right? It's been like that every year. Every year, the last couple months is really nice for trading, and I just can't wait, to see you guys just banking every day. It makes my day. All right, Stock Catcher signing out. Have a great weekend, guys. Let's go end that week. All right, good night, everybody. Peace.